What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And today in this video we are going to do a couple of questions that everyone's having in DeFi. So these are just common questions, common things that you just want to understand before you get into DeFi. And I know I've been making a couple of videos on different projects and a couple of videos on what you should do here, what websites should you use, but I think we just need to get to the fundamentals and the basics instead of saying, hey, check this project out, or hey, this is what this does, or hey, this is how this works. Let's give you guys the bones on how it works, and then you guys put the skin on them bones. Put the team on your back. All right, guys, today we're going to get white and nerdy. They see me white and nerdy. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you do 3 things for me. Like, subscribe, bell button, leave a comment below in the description saying you subscribe. You'll automatically get thrown into a drawing to earn $100 in free BTC. And yeah, we got the Ethereum junk going on as well if you guys want to participate in that. If you guys are new to it, basically how the Ethereum address works is any wallets that show up as a transaction on that wallet, I'm not even going to participate in it. It's between y'all. It'll be randomly selected with a random number generator. And if your wallet is selected, you'll get all the money that's in that account. So right now it's like 50, 60 bucks or something like that. Nothing crazy, but hey, 50, 60 bucks you didn't have, right? Anyways, guys, let's go and get into it. First, we are going to go over the very first thing. Everyone always asks me this, is providing liquidity. So providing liquidity is pretty simple. If you go to QuickSwap, this is probably one of the easiest things you will do. You go to pool and you select what you want to do. So you do add liquidity. Make sure the pool that you're selecting actually has like current liquidity on it, because if you're just going to make a random pool, it's not going to do anything. You need to go under the rewards section, and then you need to scroll through all the different pools to see what they are. You can literally just scroll down and see what they are. That's all. So now going back to add liquidity, all you do is you select any token that you want to use. Say, for example, you want to use Titan, and you Titan Matic, and it'll automatically select the amount that you can do, and it will do it for you, and you literally hit supply and you confirm, and that's it. It's super easy to do, nothing crazy. That is the easiest way to do it. Once you get the liquidity, you go to the rewards tab, and then you deposit into the given pool that you deposited. So say, for example, you did DAI ETH, you go ahead and deposit here and deposit your tokens. That's how you provide liquidity. Now, there's one thing you need to know when you're doing this is you're going to have impermanent loss if you pick a bad pool. I made a full video on this, but I know y'all are just like, what the snap? I'm not going to do this. Who cares? I don't want to watch your old video like 4 minutes long. That's fine. I'm going to force you to watch it now so you can understand it and know what you're getting into. Guys, so now we're going to explain impermanent loss. This is on safe.defiyield.app. So this is going to be a good illustration on how impermanent loss works and how it can affect you. It is a complicated math problem. I literally had to retake this several different times so you guys can understand it. But the main thing you guys need to know is when a token goes down, you're basically buying the dip on it. So it's like one of those things you got to be careful with. So we're going to use this illustration now. We're going to do $10,000 total deposit. Current price of ETH is 1976, and USDC is 1. Well, just about 1. And you can select any token address you want and use any token. In fact, you can customize it however you want. So you don't have to go with this price. You can change the price however much you want as well. So you can add in any random address. So it's really easy to use and it really helps. I'll leave a link in the description as well. But we're just going to do the ETH USDC example and explain how impermanent loss works. So first off, we're just going to assume USDC does not change at all. We'll just say it stays the exact same, or we'll just say it's 1. So we'll consider it 1, and ETH, we'll consider it going to 2,200. Or just to make it even, we'll just call it 2,500. So now once we have it go to 2,500, we're going to go ahead and calculate this. You can add some more details as well if you guys want. You can change like the curve slope and so on, but right now we're just going to go with the simple x times y equals k, which is the common 50-50 pool. So keep that in mind, guys. Again, guys, all of this junk is just impermanent losses is something that's not permanent unless you make it by withdrawing it. So let me go ahead and show you guys. And on the side, obviously, the more and more the prices fluctuate and change from each other, you're going to be using or losing a lot of money compared to whether you held it. So in the end, at the end of the day, though, you still are going to make money providing liquidity, but basically you would have been better off just holding the assets. So keep that in mind. So first off, we are going to assume that Ethereum goes to 2,500. So we'll look for the total that comes out to 2,500. This one went out to about 2,455. So we'll just go with this one and just say, all right, so it went to 2,455. And I started with 2.53 ETH, right? So my initial setup, because it's 1976, I'm starting with $1,976 worth of 2.53 ETH. So that equals to about $5,000 on this side. And then I have to have $5,000 on this side. So it's going to be about 5,006 USDC, being that the USDC is currently 99 cents. So keep that in mind, guys. As you can see, it'll show my breakdown here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in so you guys can see it a bit. But I have 5,008 USDC for every 2.53 ETH. Now, like I said, the price goes to 2,500. So let's see how this affects us. So now I only have 2.4 ETH in the pool. And now I have 5,294 USDC. Then you're thinking to yourself, well, you got more USDC. That's awesome, right? No, not necessarily. So now we're saying ETH is going, well, let's just call it 3,000. So it's going to 3,051.55. Okay, awesome. Okay. So I already initially deposited the 2.53, but with the price increase, it sold some of my Ethereum to give me USDC, because that's how the 50-50 liquidity is. That's why you're paid to provide liquidity. So now I have 2.05 ETH. Okay, cool. Wait, I thought I had 2.53. Yeah, you sold it for USDC, Johnny. You now have 6,255 USDC. Now you're like, wait, no, that's actually a good thing. Now I have some USDC. I have a little bit less ETH, but now I have 6,255 USDC. That's like 1,200 more than I had. Okay, well, that's great and all, but now let's calculate this. So say the price of ETH is $3,051.55. So let's take this number multiplied by 2.05, okay? That comes out to $6,255. Dummy me, I could have easily just gave you that calculation on USDC because that's how the pool worked. So what impermanent loss refers to is the difference between whether you were just holding the assets or you're providing liquidity. So I'm going to show you guys this now. So if you take 2.05 ETH times $3,051, that's going to give you the price of $6,255. So now you take that now you're going to take your original balance. So say you had 2.53 ETH, and we're just going to say 2.53 times $3,051 because that's the price of ETH, right? So that would equal to $7,719. Now you add that to the USDC you had if you would have just held, which is 5,008. You would have had a total of $12,727. Okay, that's great. Okay, what's awesome? Okay, so now if you take your totals of what you have now after providing liquidity, you have 2.05 ETH and 6,255 USDC. Your pool value is 12,507. I don't have to be a math whiz, but 12,507 minus 2,726, I lost out on some money. There's a negative 2.2% difference in that. Now, it gets worse. So if there is a massive price fluctuation, you're going to be losing a lot of money. As you can see, look at this. Obviously, ETH going up 2,232% is going to be a lot, but you're going to have a 710% loss. Look, you would have lost $111,000 on a little $10,000 deposit. So now it's talking big numbers when you're getting into impermanent loss. Sure, ETH has to hit a $46,000 price. That's a crazy amount. But that's something you guys can keep in mind how to use this calculator. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can use it. But basically, if that does happen, if it goes to $46,000, you're going to be walking away with 0.55 ETH and 25,000 USDC. And now you're like, man, dude, I wish I would have held that ETH. Got to be an ETH head, right? You just can't get off this junk. All right, so now here is another scenario where the price is on the way down. So say Ethereum is at 1953 right now and it does go down. So let's give an example of if it goes to 906. So when we put our initial setup, we would have had 2.56 ETH and it would have been for 5,019 USDC. So now that is going to be a total of, well, $10,000. So now say ETH does go to the 906.56 price, we're left in our pool with 3.82 ETH, and which is going to equal 34.67 and then 34.67 USDC. That's going to give our pool value $6,900 or $6,920. Okay, so now you're asking yourself, okay, great. I just lost money. This is so awesome. Well, no, it's not really awesome. Now let's compare it to if you would have just held the asset. So let's do the initial setup, which is 1953 times 2.56. That would have been, well, just call it $5,000 in ETH. And then we'll call it $5,000 and 5,019 in USDC. So if you would have held, you would have gotten, or you would have kept. Well, actually, you got to factor in if ETH goes to $9,006. So I'm sorry. So it's going to be 2.56 times 9,006, and that's going to give you $2,319. You add that to the 5,019 USDC, so plus 5019. And if you would have just held your assets, you would have stayed at $7,300 or $7,338. So now you're asking yourself, okay, well, if I would have held, I would have been at 7,338, and if I provide liquidity, I would have only been able, or I would have been left with 6,920. Man, I'm losing $400. That's what impermanent loss is. If you don't understand where I got those numbers from, I'm going to show you again. So first, the ETH price, which is 1953 now, and I have 2.56 ETH. This is my starting amount, and I have $5,000 worth of 5,019 USDC. This is the very start. The reason why I do 906.56 times 2.56 as if I were holding the tokens is because say we're giving a example where Ethereum is going to go down. So now we're going to take this price times this price, or this amount times this price. That's how we're getting the numbers on what we would have had if we would have held. The other numbers are calculated on this spreadsheet for you. So basically what you need to know is you want the assets to stay the same. So like if you deposit the tokens when ETH is $100 and USDC is $1, you want to deposit, or you want to withdraw when the asset is that same exact price, or you will experience impermanent loss. So I hope that helps a little bit. I'll be making more videos on this as well because it's a very complicated topic. Impermanent loss is one of those concepts you kind of want to drill in your mind and understand, are the rewards worth it? Does this make sense? Because when you go to the different rewards, you can see what they pay out. So after you're factoring that in and you're thinking, okay, well, 2 times, okay, is this worth it? Well, a stablecoin pool has a great chance because it's 12%. So it's basically just 12% passive income. But then you got Link and ETH. So then you got to pull out our handy dandy chart and say, okay, well, is this worth it? So if I have, you can go through the scenarios it's yourself. You can just type it in and just do this. Say both go down, both go up, ETH goes up, ETH goes down. And you can figure out what is worth it, if it's worth it, should you do it. So that's a little fun way to do it. And it's not really fun, but if you like math, it's fun. I like math, so it's fun to me. So you guys can play around with it. So I kind of hope that helped you understand that. Let's go and get into the next one, is using Metamask. So on your Metamask, you have a couple of settings that are really cool. This is mainly on the Ethereum network. I'm going to go ahead and peace out. Peace. So when you're on the Ethereum network, you have a couple of settings you can play around with. So when you go to the settings, you can actually go to the advanced. So this is the advanced gas controls. If you're unable to change like your limits and so on, you want to select this on. That way you can manually type in what you want to use. So you tick this on and then you can use that. So it's a really cool feature you can use. And when you have the different tokens fluctuating, or not tokens fluctuating, but when you're making different deposits and so on, you can charge and say how much you want to deposit. So say, for example, on here, I want to approve this contract. I can automatically, since I have the custom setting on, I can change how much GUI I want to provide. So I can literally go to here, this is custom, and I can say 1, 2, 10, whatever. And this is an example of what will happen if a transaction doesn't go through. I'm putting in 0 GUI, and immediately the transaction fails. So it's not going to go through. So then you're like, okay, well, why is that great? Well, all you got to do is, if your transaction's having trouble going through, you just speed it up. So let me show you an example of this. I'm going to approve this transaction, and I'm going to put it through for a low amount of GUI. So I'm just going to say 0.5. Let's see if it allows it to pend. I'm not sure if it will or not, but I'll just save it and see. Okay, so right now it's stuck in the mempool. It's literally just pending. So like, I cannot do anything with this transaction. It's just pending. So there's nothing I can do. Any other transaction I make, it'll automatically get queued. What does queued mean? Well, have you ever waited in line at a theme park? That's queued. You can't go through. You got to wait till the first transaction goes through. So you have two options. You can either cancel and speed up the cancel, or you can go back and say, nah, I just want to, or you can either cancel or you can do speed up. If you're like, okay, cool, I'll go ahead and speed it up. So you can be like 2 GUI, 1 GUI, whatever you want to use, and it allows you to do that. So in this scenario, I'm just going to go ahead and say, sure, I'll go ahead and speed up the transaction, because why not? And then I'll go ahead and hit save, and it automatically puts the transaction through the mempool at a 1 GUI. So if I wanted to go through quicker, I can use like 10 GUI, 20 GUI, whatever, and I can see how much the transaction will cost. So right now it's going to cost me 0.000, like super cheap, like fractions of dirt, not even a piece of dirt. So it's crazy. I'd rather have dirt than this transaction. That's how much value it is. So that's kind of how you can use that. And the transaction was confirmed. So even with fractions of dirt, the transaction was confirmed. So that allows me to spend any amount of ramp. Yes, I did do an approval on there, but keep in mind, guys, I don't have any ramp in my wallet, so they can rug as much ramp as they want out of my wallet, because I don't have any ramp on the Polygon network. So have fun rugging. So now I want to show you guys another thing. This is directly on QuickSwap. So you can adjust your settings on slippage directly on your Metamask if you're transacting on Metamask, or you can do slippage directly on the QuickSwap or any of the exchanges you're using. Why is slippage important? Okay, so slippage is one of those things, I explain it like going on a floor. When you have really high slippage, the floor is super wet. What happens when you're on a floor that's super wet? Well, you slide and move around a bunch. Now, if the slippage is really low, like 0.1% or almost 0%, that floor is it's like concrete. It's as dry as a rock. You ain't moving nowhere. It's quicksand. So the price doesn't move. So what does that mean? Well, let me show it to you in numbers terms. So say I'm going to swap some Matic. I'm going to do this much Matic because I just want to use that much Matic. And I'm going to swap it for some key. So as you guys can see, the slippage tolerance is 1%. But you see the price impact is 96%. That basically means that I'm missing out on 96% because the slippage is so low right now. It probably won't even allow me to make this transaction because the slippage is so low for this transaction. Why is it so low? Well, there's not enough liquidity there. As you can see, how many zeros do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's $10 million. I can't buy $10 million worth. So you see how many key tokens this is? This is only 118,000. Well, if one key, how much is one key? So one key is only 2.4 Matic. So 2.4 times 118,000. That should only cost me 283 Matic, or 283,000 Matic. So you're thinking to yourself, how the pants are they getting 23 million Matic or whatever, 20 something million? I couldn't remember what it was. Well, the point is the slippage is really high. There's not enough liquidity there, so it's not going to happen. And you can adjust your slippage features for this. Mainly if you're using a lower one, it'll be good for something that's like a stable coin. However, if you're doing more volatile asset, I would recommend a higher slippage, but not too high. Because if you'd be like, bro, I'm just going to do 10%, well, your transaction could be front run. What is front running? Well, when another miner sees, oh, well, this turd wad wants to like make a transaction and he's doing a 10% slippage, so he wants to buy one Matic for $20. Well, dude, I can pick it up from this turd wad over here as well for $1.30. So I'll pick it up from that guy for $1.30, and then I'll flip it to this guy for $20, and I'll pocket the spread. Win-win. Everyone wins, right? No. That's not right. All right, so the next thing is hidden fees, guys. Hidden fees are one of those things that people deposit, withdraw, and they're like, what the pants? Where did all my money go? What is going on? I'm going to kill someone. Where is my money? Okay, well, no, you clearly just didn't read. If you see something like this, controller fee, 0.2% on profits. Okay, well, that makes sense. 0.5% on profit. Okay, that makes sense. Auto buybacks. Okay. Wait, interest fee. What the pants is this? Oh, well, it means they charge you 0.1%. Fee to auto staking vault, 1% on profits. Okay, so basically all the profits that I'm getting, they're going to be taking a total of about let's just call it 3%. So they're going to be taking about 3.2, well, it is 3.2%. We'll just call it about 3% of the total profit. So say you profit $100, they're going to be pocketing 3.2% for their services. And that makes sense because their service is auto compounding. What they do is they automatically make those transactions that go back and forth, click, 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 and they automatically do that for you. And it's a good way. If you guys have not heard about the seventh wonder of the world, I highly recommend you guys go visit it. It's called compounding interest. Warren Buffett loves to talk about it. All right, so now I got another thing. A lot of people are like, okay, I logged into this network, I went on the website, and my money's gone. Where's my money? What the pants? I need my money. Okay, calm down, chill out. All right, buddy? All you got to do is go up to the network, and right now we're on Binance Smart Chain. Your money's gone. No, it's not. It's on the blockchain. All you got to do is switch your RPC, and you got to say, oh, let's do Smart Chain. And then you go on the Smart Chain, and then you connect your wallet. It's okay, Tidy Wad. It's all right. So we connect the wallet, and wow, our money just shows up. So guys, that's an easy way how you can do that. Just take it easy. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Just walk through it. Take a look at it, and it's like, oh, snap. This is so cool. Awesome. So that's one of those things you can take a look at, guys. This little RPC thing, you just swap it. It's okay. When I call you guys Tidy Wads, I'm a Tidy Wad too. All it means is like you're cheap on transactions. I'm super cheap. Yeah, you guys have seen my videos. I like to waste money on gas, and then I stopped doing it because it started stinking really bad in the room. All right, so the next thing is if you have your hardware wallet connected to Ledger, or I'm sorry, your Metamask connected to your Ledger. This is something important you guys need to know. So if it's connected to the Ledger and you make the transaction and it does not show up and you're like, okay, why is my transaction not going through? Well, you need to approve the spend on your Ledger wallet or hardware wallet. And when you are approving it, you need to make sure you have the Ethereum network open. And if you have that open, make sure you have smart contracts enabled. You have to go into the settings on Ethereum and enable smart contracts. Now they did make an update on Chrome, so you do have to have Ledger Live open to allow that bridge to open. I made a complete video on that so you guys can understand and comprehend that. If you are not as far as getting a hardware wallet, there's a link in the description below where you can get a hardware wallet for like 30% off. If you guys want to use it. If you guys aren't advanced, that's fine. You don't need to be. But hardware wallets are really good to use. I use one. I love it. I love the Ledger. It's cool. And now another thing is the health factor. Some people have been asking me about the health factor and what liquidation is on Aave. All you really need to know is don't let that number hit 1. So The next thing is your health factor. This is a major thing you guys need to know about. Guys, anything you see on the screen, don't take this as like Legos and something I'm doing. This is just like a random wallet that I have that I'm just looking at and just leaving it there. I didn't mess around with it. But no, this is not a DeFi strategy to use, so don't copy it. But this is something you need to know about the health factor. If your health factor goes to 1, you will get liquidated. What does liquidation mean? Well, it basically means your money will be lost. It's not all of it, but it will go up to a healthy factor or somewhat healthy, which is like 1.1. That's really not healthy. That's a high risk factor or a high risk health factor, but they keep it at like 1.1, 1.2, depending on what the asset is. So if you look at the different markets, so say for example, DAI, your liquidation penalty is 5%. So it'll probably take you to like a 1.05 health factor. However, no one just borrows only DAI. They borrow ETH, USDC, Bitcoin, and how you get the factor of all the health factors is you go to the actual asset itself. Let's go to the markets. We'll go to Aave, and you can see this one has a 10 liquidation penalty. So what you can do is you can take your Aave asset plus your DAI asset, that's 2 assets, and say you have an equal rating of $1,000 each. You add 10 plus 5 divided by 2, that equals 7.5. So your liquidation factor is going to take you to 1.075. If that's a lot of math for you, that's okay. Just don't let that number hit 1. That's all you need to remember, okay? And if you're like, okay, I don't want to put my Aave as collateral because I'm very bullish on Aave and I don't want it to be liquidated, you can easily just turn this off, and that's all you have to do. But I can't do it because I would liquidate myself, as you guys just saw. So the platform doesn't allow me. So they have some safety factors involved. So we already explained the queued transactions. The last one I really want to go over is the transaction failed. So if a transaction fails, you can easily just try it again or up the GUI. Another thing is sometimes your wallet is not connected correctly. All you need to do is simply refresh the page and try the transaction again. If you're still having errors, completely close out the browser, reopen it, reset your wallet, as in like log out, log back in. If you close the browser and completely close it, like force quit and reopen it, it'll have you enter your password to Metamask and try again. That is a couple of tips and tricks when using Metamask in your DeFi wallet. I hope this helped a bit, guys. These are just some common questions and responses that I've been getting. So I thought I'd go and do a quick video on it. These are just frequently asked questions. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys do 3 things. Like, subscribe, bell button. Leave a comment below in the description saying you subscribed. You'll automatically get thrown into a drawing to earn $100 in free BTC. If you guys like free BTC, then you better put that comment down there saying you subscribed. Anyways, guys, as always, we'll leave you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 23. This is not tame. Listen, my son, and be wise, and set your heart on the right path. Do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat, for drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them in rags. Guys, what do we take from this? Don't be lazy. Get off them buns. Get it working. Get it done. You guys are doing it now. You guys are learning. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one. And of course, guys, gotta say thanks to the patrons: Skybot, Dalman, Tariq Lou, TL King, and JP, PJ. Dogs, thanks for watching. Alright, guys, if you want to catch me on TikTok, I do daily wisdom one-liners and let you guys see the pets and behind-the-scenes junk. So here it is. Scan it. Check it out. Bomb, bomb. Alright, so next off, guys, if you guys want to support the channel and get paid to do it, you guys can check out Celsius. Celsius is fire, dude. So what's so cool about Celsius is, guys, first off, you can get $40 in free BTC using my referral link in the description below. Just deposit $100. Add in the code BTC50. You will also get an additional $50 if you deposit $400, guys. It's free BTC. Next is Voyager, guys. I also got a referral link in the description below. Instead of just only getting $25, you'll get $25 and some free VGX tokens, guys. Next is BlockFi. BlockFi is part of the quadruple threat. Go ahead and make a deposit. Use this referral link in the description below. You get $100. Depending on how much you deposit, you can get all the way up to Guess how much? $250. All right, so what the pants is Celsius and BlockFi for? Well, you can use both of those as like your bank. They get some pretty nice juicy yields. And Voyager is more so like trading, and it gets some juicy yields as well. And the last one to try is crypto.com, guys. You can trade some like smaller altcoins, and you guys will get $25 in CRO once you guys get the Visa card. Why do I like the Visa card? Well, you can sell crypto and buy some junk with it. So I can buy a sandwich with my crypto. I don't use BTC, but I'll use like stable coins and junk. So anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, that's the quadruple threat. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You'll get paid to do it. And of course, guys, gotta say thanks to the patrons: Scott Bott, Dalman, Tariq Lou, TL King, and JP. PJ. Dogs. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, if you want to catch me on TikTok, I do daily wisdom one-liners and let you guys see the pets and behind the scenes junk. So here it is. Scan it. Check it out. Bam bam. Alright, so next off, guys, if you guys want to support the channel and get paid to do it, you guys can check out Celsius. Celsius is fire, dude. So what's so cool about Celsius is, guys, first off, you can get $40 in free BTC using my referral link in the description below. Just deposit $100. Add in the code BTC50. You will also get an additional $50 if you deposit $400, guys. It's free BTC. Next is Voyager, guys. I also got a referral link in the description below. Instead of just only getting $25, you'll get $25 and some free VGX tokens, guys. Next is BlockFi. BlockFi is part of the quadruple threat. Go ahead and make a deposit. Use this referral link in the description below. You get $100. Depending on how much you deposit, you can get all the way up to, guess how much? $250. Alright, so what the pants is Celsius and BlockFi for? Well, you can use both of those as like your bank. They get some pretty nice juicy yields. And Voyager is more so like trading, and it gets some juicy yields as well. And the last one to try is crypto.com, guys. You can trade some like smaller altcoins, and you guys will get $25 in CRO once you guys get the Visa card. Why do I like the Visa card? Well, you can sell crypto and buy some junk with it. So I can buy a sandwich with my crypto. I don't use BTC, but I'll use like stable coins and junk. So anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, that's the quadruple threat. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You'll get paid to do it.